Okay, so I go underhook and overhook. Both are very, very good for control and for moving into mount. And which one you use is going to be contingent upon your partner's elbow position. If the elbow's far away, we can go inside and get an underhook. If the elbow's close, we go outside and get an overhook. All right. Either way, you're isolating your partner's far arm or partner's near arm. If I use an overhook, I pull my partner's elbow to my hip, like so. So that my elbow and her elbow get close to my hip like so, and now we can go and start to look to pass. If I use an underhook, I use one of two grips. I use either claws over my partner's shoulders, so that from here I can drive my elbows up high. Again, I want my elbows preferably over my partner's shoulder line, like so, okay? Or I can lock my hands in a 10-finger grip, and again, elbows come up high, right? Regardless of which one you use, all three of them are very, very strong. Whether you have closed hands, open hands from double unders, or you have an over-under. Everything remains the same now because my partner has no ability to connect that knee and elbow to get to a side guard. So from this position, I just come up, we shin mount, and now from here, we drive up and across. From this position, it's going to be harder now for my partner to bridge me over, even if she wanted to. Why? Because my head now is on the opposite side. So your partner is pretty much limited to trying to reach over and trap your leg in a half guard. If your head is across the center line on this side, and your partner goes to give a strong bridge hard, it's very, very weak in terms of power when you compare it to your partner trying to bridge when your head is far across to this side, and now as your partner goes to bridge, you can get really effective bridges. So understand that when you mount with your head on the near side, so here's your center line, the line that draws her body into two parts. If your head is on the near side of that center line, it's going to be incredibly difficult for your partner to use a bridging escape to the far side, okay? Because of the fact that all of your weight's on this side of her body. So when you're dealing with an exceptionally explosive person, you're better off switching your head to the near side, going underhook or overhook, and then using that method to mount, okay? When I go with guys like Nicky Rod, for example, okay, this is how I mount them. Because you know that the second you bring your foot across, he's bridging as hard as he can across to this direction, okay? If you're dealing with someone who's isometrically strong, but maybe not so explosive, then you can mount it either way, and you can take your head on the far side and mount like that. Okay, I do both, even with explosive guys, but if you're dealing with someone very, very explosive, it's generally better to take your head to the near side and pass than to the far side, because it takes away your partner's ability to bridge to that side, and they're pretty much stuck with using the ankle trap method to try to put you back into a half guard, okay? Mounting, again, with double unders is the same thing. We just come in, we drive our head to the floor, we keep our partner's shoulders pinned. Now from here, we just go in, we shin mount. When she goes to stop me from taking that shin up, or she goes to connect her knee and her elbow, it's impossible. Now we just drive across, and then immediately we go knee to elbow, and now we're ready to go in and control our partner from here. And again, because my head's on this side of my partner's center line, the near side, even though there's a size difference, you see that when she goes to, as I go to take my foot to the floor, she goes to give a strong bridge, I feel almost nothing. If I go to mount like so, and my head's far and across on this side, the far side of the center line, now when I go to bridge, she can get strong elevations out and over to the side, okay? So, using underhooks and overhooks to mount your partner now instead of a top-headed arm, okay? The reason we use an underhook or an overhook is maybe one, we just passed that from a half guard and we ended up there, or two, because you can't feel or you can't isolate your partner's near side arm, shelf the elbow on the hip, and you feel like, okay, if I try to go shin mount with my head across the center line, she's going to post my hip and bridge me across. So if you feel like you can't isolate your partner's near arm with your legs, you take your arms across and isolate your partner's near arm instead with your hands and your arms. Or number three, you feel like you're dealing with an exceptionally explosive person, where even if you get an elbow shelved on your hip, when you go to mount and that foot hits the floor, they're going to give an insanely strong bridge to that side. You're better off taking your head across center line to the near side, so that when you go to mount, all of your weight is leaning primarily to the near side, and it's much harder for your partner to get a strong and effective bridge over to the other side. Okay, so these 3 reasons why we would use an underhook. We can't, or we're dealing with someone who's very, very